Hello, hello, hello to all my friends. My 11 subscribers, if you're watching, I love you so much. And if you're somebody that just happened to come across here and you're not subscribed yet, I still love you too, but can you please subscribe? Try and get my subscriber count up. But anyways, I've been keep trying to re-record this video all day long. This is like take 10, but I got my do not disturb on and hopefully nobody bothers me. But I was watching TikTok, and TikTok's an amazing thing. You can sit there and watch it for hours and only feel like a couple minutes have passed. It's like a drug. It's so addictive. But anyways, I seen this one video, and it's this German lady, and she's white, and she has a beautiful accent. And she's pretty too. But that's a subject for another time. I follow her. I like her content. And she did a video that said white people do have culture. She was doing this in response to another TikToker who told her that white people don't have culture, that they just steal from others, which wouldn't make sense anyways, because if they're stealing the culture, so it turns into their culture. They adopt and adapt. But anyways, regardless, America's full of culture. First off, there is no pure white Americans, okay? They're called the Aryans, and they breed with themselves to stay white, and they don't count because we're not talking about that because they're only a very small fraction of the population. We'll call Aryans, they're minorities because they really are. There are not many of them. Majority of whites in America are bred with others. For example, let's get personal here. You guys get to learn a little bit something about me. I have my grandfather has Irish roots. The very first Irish woman who stepped foot into America as an indentured servant was my relative. I'm Indian. I'm Choctaw and Cherokee, I believe. And that's on my father's side. My father was like half Indian or something. He looked it. He's Indian. So I'm enough Indian that my children would be Indian. It's not like I'm Pocahontas. You know who I'm talking about. Political leader that pretends she was Indian, that she might have had Indian blood. Yeah, no, I'm sure I have it. I also have African American blood. One of my ancestors was a slave, a black slave, which is kind of weird for our generation because we had an Irish slave, which indentured servant's pretty much a slave, just treated worse than what the blacks were. And I have a black slave ancestry. And this makes me racist because I'm white. So I have no opinion, apparently, I've been told. I don't have a right to give an opinion because I'm white and male and straight. But let's stop going on tangents. You want me to get to the point of the story. Well, I made a comment, as you see on the screen. Irish has culture, so does Brits and Swiss and Aussies. Well, that comment right there triggered somebody, and they told me that Australians aren't white. Now, let's talk about this. I'm talking about current affairs. Nowhere did I say in my comment that the past wasn't white. I said the current. Just like you're saying whites in America don't have culture. Whites are supposedly the majority in America, as of the last census at least. So this is a conversation we're on, is majority, because yeah, America started out Indians. Well, Australia started out as Aborigines. So yeah, then we're comparing Indians versus Aborigines, but we're not. We're comparing Americans versus, other European and other countries as of now. Australia is whites, and I'll show proof here in a second. But this conversation, and I deleted this, or I'd have more screenshots of the rest of it because it went down further. This guy kept replying back till I just ended up deleting the thread and blocked him. For one, I don't mind debating, but if you're going to sit there and have a username 28926 default username, no profile picture, and only one follower, you're telling me you're a troll to begin with, so you're getting blocked. On top of that, you don't take you want to debate and you don't take my facts at face value, then you better look up where I'm supplying the proof, because I gave him several websites that told him the nationalities of Australians, and it's white. It's Celtic, actually, at this moment in time, majority. It amazes me how people are so ignorant that they believe what they're told, or they just want to pass lies on just to troll. It's just dumbfounding, okay? But Australians have culture. Everybody, period, every single person has culture, especially if they go, culture isn't your direct, what affects you now. Culture is what you're born with, what your parents were born with, the things you do, the things your family does year in, year out. For example, Christmas is cultural. The Jews will celebrate it differently than the Christians. Every culture celebrates Christmas differently. Russians, Germans, they celebrate it differently. The Swiss, the Cubans, Puerto Rico, everybody celebrates Christmas differently because it's reflected on their culture. I'm not an Australian. I'm not expert. Maybe an Australian can tell me what their cultures are. I can't tell you off the top of my head any of their cultures. But I do know they have cultures because everybody does. The point was that they are white and they have culture. Oh, you seen what I was recording with. Nice. But anyways, shh, my little secret. But as of the 2016 census, it was estimated that around 58% of the Australian population were Anglo-Celtic Australians, with 18% being other European origins. And since the early 19th century, people of European descent have formed a vast majority of the population in Australia. That means the vast majority of population since the 19th century has been white, which means Australians have culture, Australians are white. Australians have culture. I'm going around in circles. Loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. Yeah, whatever. Back on subject. This guy, he started calling me names. And it ain't going to hurt my feelings. Call me every name in the book. But he was calling me things like racist, which I'm not. Like I told you, I have black people in my family, Irish people, Indians. Yeah, but that's the number one things people usually say. You're racist. No, I'm not racist. I have a black friend. Well, I do have black friends. That you can control. You can control who you're friends with. But you cannot control how you were born. I couldn't control the fact that my ancestors were slaves. I can't control that I had ancestors that were slave owners. Yes, I was on both sides of the spectrums. But I also had ancestors that were slaughtered just because they were who they were. And then I had other ancestors that were treated worse than slaves. I'm a cooking pot of diversity. And I'm still called racist. But this is tangent from the point. This person, let's go back to, you see what I'm recording with again? And on my phone, oh well. That's what I've got. I don't have enough subscribers to do it on a computer. I don't have the means right now. This is what I've got. You guys like listen to me anyways. I'm funny. I think I'm funny. I'm not just funny looking. I'm that too, but anywho, back to the subject at hand. Yes, come debate me. I'm welcoming any debate. I will prove you wrong on everything that you debate me with. Or if I don't prove you wrong, I will say, okay, I see your point. You have valid argument. You've supplied the proof. I was wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I am wrong occasionally. Actually, a lot. Tell you the truth, I am wrong a lot. But not when it comes to when I'm talking to somebody else. If I'm going to debate somebody, I'm not going to debate somebody if I know I'm wrong. Only when I know I'm right. In fact, there's been situations where I'm like, I think that I'm right about this. Let me go look up to make sure I'm right, and then I'll come back and debate you. That's what everybody should do before debating. I mean, that's what this guy should have done. He really should have, before trying to argue with me, he should have looked up his information that he was trying to pass off. But that being granted, he even went, well, he said he went to my website and calling me liar and everything else, all these names, and it's like, dude, you're way past debating. And here's another thing. If you go post on somebody's post and you start calling them names, that automatically tells me and everybody else that you've lost the argument. If you go in and say, well, how can you be educated because you misspelled everything? Just because I'm not the greatest speller, and there's reasons behind that, on a platform that limits how many words you can put in and isn't the best at auto-correcting words and stuff, then you've lost an argument. There's no reason for attacks. But anywho, that's my day in a nutshell. Trolls attacking for no reason, but I love the trolls. I love them. They give me material for my YouTube channel that I'm trying to grow. If you guys like this kind of content, I could do more of it. I'm still not sure what you guys like. My Call of Duty videos seem to be getting a lot of views, so I'm going to continue doing those. I can't do no more Dead by Daylight videos because my controller broke, so I really can't play the game. I can play Call of Duty though, because it's only my left trigger buttons, the ones that would launch like my like trophy system, marking locations, going back on the left direction, and using my secondary like stuns and smokes and stuff like that. But otherwise, I can still play. And I play pretty damn good with a broken controller. You can look at my recent wins, and if people knew that they were being beat by somebody who has a broken controller, oh, they would be so pissed. But because I have a broken controller, I can't use a headset either. So, anywho, this video is already long enough, so I'll leave it here, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.